Hello there, world. Bettina Carey here, the CEO and founder of We Empower You, the community, and WeEmpowerYourLife.com, the website. And with me today is none other than Lee Romanov. She is also involved with We Empower You because Income Activator, she's the president of, is the platform that we use to launch our We Empower You global members into the world. And I would love for Lee to tell a little bit more about herself directly. Of course, we know her as the millionaire mentor for the We Empower You community. I met Lee going on 5 years ago. She had this amazing solution. I saw it. I thought it was great. It took me a couple more years to take action. But once we did, we cracked the code. And now we have launched the We Empower You community. Together, we are literally helping businesses to go far and wide. So Lee, jump on, say a few words about yourself first before you get started on our topic today. And you're going to knock it out of the park. I know that for sure. Go ahead and unmute.
Thank you, Bettina. It was great. Basically, I was making so much money and I couldn't figure out why I was making so much money and my fellow entrepreneurs were not creating the kind of revenue I was. And I figured out that there was two revenue streams, sales versus leads. I was sending leads to businesses that paid me. Other people were selling at a 1% close rate. And when I finally sold my business for millions of dollars, I could have started to send leads to other businesses, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to put my foot in the door for the entrepreneur and create a website platform for them, the same as the one I was using that I had created previously, so that they could also follow the same kind of revenue stream that I did and level the playing field between the entrepreneur and the major corporations. So we'll get more into that later, but we've got a really exciting presentation today. It's going to knock your socks off, as Bettina says.
Great, great, great. And I'm going to give you co-hosting so that you can go ahead and share any presentation materials with us.
Okay, I'm all grown up now, right?
This session was actually inspired by a conversation that Lee was having with Yolanda Diaz. We know her as Yoli, and it's a great story that she's working on. And if you got a little donkey in your email from me yesterday, that's the reason why.
Yes,
from
exactly.
a donkey to a Tesla, right, Yoli?
A donkey to a Tesla. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Completely? And if I put my little cover on my camera, we're just seeing the whole screen, right?
Yes.
That's a really nice trick. Okay, lesson one. We've got a few lessons coming in, but they're short and sweet. Okay, if you were to hire somebody to fix something, would you hire somebody with only one tool in their toolbox? No. What you want to do is you want to hire somebody with lots of tools in their toolbox so that you can address all kinds of situations and fill in all kinds of gaps when the person needs them. And today we're going to talk about how to become a coach, speaker, author, sales expert, media personality, and reporter. So now your toolbox is going to be much fuller. So lesson two. Did you get the lesson one all down now? Lesson two. Now I'm going to go over how to make money from free content. And I know I talked about sending leads to businesses that pay you. Briefly, I'm going to go over that in about 2 minutes, but then I'm going to go a little bit deeper and tell you about things you haven't heard before. First of all, I wanted to let you know that my website that I created in 1994 became the largest insurance quoting service in Canada, sending leads to insurance agents, and I was not even in the industry. All I did was I got the free content from the insurance industry and I sent leads back to them. That was it. And because I was able to get that free content, I was able to promote the website and get paid for my promotions. Now I sent $5 leads to insurance companies, again, because I could promote. I averaged $50,000 per month and sold the business for over $2 million. This business is still making millions of dollars online. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you is, because if your only job is to promote, you figure out pretty quickly how to promote. I ended up being a columnist for the Toronto Star, the Globe and Mail. I had my own talk TV show, and I was on every major news network worldwide promoting insurance, of which I knew nothing about. But I did know what the consumer wanted, and the consumer wanted the best rate. And that's really all you need to know, is what your audience wants. Now, I keep telling people all big money companies create income from leads, and it's true. Google sends leads to websites. Pinterest sends leads to people that give them pictures. Facebook says, give me your content, sends leads to businesses that pay them. YouTube, give me your videos, sends leads to businesses that pay them. Angie's List and Home Advisor says, contractors, give me your information, sends leads to businesses that pay. It's pretty easy. Now, what I would recommend is never get someone that has never made money online do your website up for you. And I'll show you a perfect example of that. Here is the most profitable website in the world, bar none. Look at their homepage. If I charge anybody and I put up a search bar as part of your website, you would kill me. But look at this. How much do you think you could buy this website for? Keep it simple. Keep your homepage opt-in clean and direct your traffic to what makes you money. Okay, photography websites. This person works a lot, really hard, getting, taking all these pictures and saying, please buy my stuff. Whereas a website like Pinterest, who made $1.6 billion last year in revenue, said, give us your folders, we'll send leads to businesses. We'll send you back leads. That's it. Nice spot. You want us to send you a lead? Yes. Okay, that's $1. Pinterest emails me 3 times a day. They're always making money from me. So I just want to go over this really clearly, because I need this to settle in your head so that you can at least start thinking this way. This is you. This is them. They make money from free content. And let's compare it. You create content. They get free content. People, give them content. You create courses. No, they don't. You teach and consult. No, they don't. You create books and digital products. No, they don't. 1% sales versus 40% in lead revenue. And usually your sales creates work for you, not happening over here. So just start thinking this way. Just start thinking this way. Now, let me show you something that's kind of interesting. See this guy? You probably know him, Jack Canfield, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. Well, liar. Maybe he is an author, but these are not his stories. He got content from people, put them in books, and he became the go-to guy. Jack Canfield is not an author. He got content, he got free content, and he sold books. Now, he also does interviews.
Hi, Jack Canfield here, and welcome back to another segment of Talking About Success. My next guest, Lee Romanov, is the president of IncomeActivator.com, the only website platform focused on generating online income. So let's start by asking, what is Income Activator?
Okay. So I just wanted to say that Jack didn't call me up for an interview. I went to him, and he charges. And he charges a lot. From content of books he didn't write to charging a lot of money for interviews of something he knows nothing about.
Income Activator.
Okay. So anyway, let that sink in a little bit. Okay. He became successful from other people's content. I became successful from other people's content. I was talking to Yoli. She's been a member for a couple years now with We Empower You, and she's told me that she wanted to write a book, Becoming the Woman You Were Born to Be. Beautiful title. And she's promoting the membership. Now, when I was talking to Yoli, she was telling me her story of, when she was young, she used to ride a donkey to school, and she was like embarrassed and uncomfortable, and oh my gosh. And she vowed to herself that, when she's all grown up, she's not going to ride a donkey to work. She's going to drive a really nice car, maybe a Tesla, maybe a Porsche, maybe a Mercedes. And I thought, that's stuck with me. So this is one of the benefits to the We Empower You membership. That night, I kept on thinking, donkey, that's such a great story. So the next day I called up Yoli and I said, why don't you create a book called The Inspirational Donkey? Because your donkey story inspired the heck out of me. And we'll go from a donkey to a Tesla, and we'll ask people, who's your donkey? So let me give you an example of this. Yoli starts off her book, basically, who's your donkey? My donkey was named Shame because I was shy and ashamed of having to ride a donkey to school. But it hardened me, it inspired me, it made me want to strive so that one day I would not be riding a donkey to work, I'd be riding a really nice car to work. And her car, Tesla, is basically her point. This is her aha moment. This is the point where she realized that, you know what? Everybody has a donkey to ride in their life. And this book I'm dedicating to all my entrepreneurial friends, all my donkey riders, and I want to know their aha moment, their Tesla story. And so I thought, this is like so amazing. So she's gathering up what your donkey is and what your Tesla story is, your aha moment. So my donkey was the material girl. And as I was saying a little bit earlier, I was extremely successful in making money online and had 7 places to live, 2 boats, 3 Porsches. I had no idea why people were having such a hard time making money online, because I had just fallen into the lead revenue model that the multi-million-dollar companies use. I never tried to sell stuff. And when I realized that, when you're trying to sell something, only 1% of your traffic may buy, where 40% you could turn into lead revenue. And I wrote the book, Get Rich by Telling People Where to Go, but it wasn't enough. My Tesla moment was creating the all-inclusive website builder for any entrepreneur that wanted to enjoy the wealth I've achieved, because everybody is their own directory. We have to stop giving leads away for free. As my mother said, stop giving it away for free. And I think she meant leads. So here's another example. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Yoli. Wrong time to laugh.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's another example of a donkey story. Who's your donkey? My donkey was pregnant and broke. I was in love with the wrong guy. He took my money, he took my heart. I'm not a stupid woman. I struggled for years to figure out how I got myself into this situation. My Tesla moment, my aha moment, was a realization between the difference of emotional intelligence and intellectual intelligence. And let me give you an example. Intellectual intelligence is like, look, this looks great on paper. But emotional intelligence says, don't believe everything you read. And what they've gone on to do is show people how to get more emotional intelligence back into their life so that they can achieve the goals they desire and deserve. So that's an example. So if you want to be part of Yoli's journey and feature your business in her inspirational donkey story that she's going to be taking to all kinds of media, and be in her book and be in her directory, connect with her. Tell her your donkey story. Who's your donkey? And what was your Tesla, your aha moment? And here's Yoli's email address. So copy that down, take a screenshot of it, because we are moving right along. Okay, so think about it, Yoli. Who wants to be featured in a book? Everyone wants to be featured in a book. Everyone. And you can, with having an ebook, and the ebooks come with your Income Activator website, you can say, okay, well, look at, I'm going to feature Bettina in this ebook. Here's the Bettina, here's the ebook. You can move your story to the top if you want and sell it and do whatever you want to do with it. So you've got the flexibility of doing whatever you want with your ebook. And who needs leads? Everybody needs leads. So we just like nailed it. Lesson 3. Email out what people enjoy. Too many of us, you email out, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Here's why you should buy my stuff. I'm going to educate you to buy my stuff. That you're going to just lose your email list by doing that. What you need to do is you need to email out things that people love, whether to laugh, to be inspired, to be entertained. If you do anything else other than that, they're going to not respond to your emails. Now, Pinterest knows I love bull terriers. They email me bull terriers 3 times a day. Do you think I ever get tired of clicking to see that cute bull terrier? Never. Okay, and every time I click to go on and find some more information, because I get hooked by pretty images, they're making money. I am Pinterest's revenue stream. So when I go to Pinterest, I click on this, they direct me to a business that pays them for the lead. Very simple, $1.6 billion. Start thinking about this. Even if you're not going to do it, just start creating that schematic development in your head. Okay, so I'm going to take Yoli to the next step with this. Now, Yoli, you can invite people to be part of your book. You can invite people to be part of your directory. And you can also say, plus, I'm going to give you free marketing, because it's critical that businesses get at least presented to people at least once a day, once a week, at least, to become top of mind. So if Yoli, if you grab a video, and I consider YouTube as your video department, you can figure out which videos go viral, and entertaining, inspiring videos, and send out the link to the page that you create, putting it on top of your directory. All these people benefit from coming to listen to that video. Now, if you're going to give people free marketing, it's critical that they also become a directory partner with you. By that, I mean, if somebody is a partner with you that does yoga, then take this, the URL to this video and have them email it out to their people with their email list, so that each partner, directory partner in here, emails out once a week to their email list a funny, entertaining, or inspiring video where the people will come to watch the video and say, oh, you know what? I need some nutritional help. And all of a sudden they click there, and then if it's $10 per lead, sending leads to business that pay, you get paid $10. If you had 10 directory partners, each having 1,000 emails, that's 10,000 people promoted to weekly. That's huge. And if you're consistent. Now, let me just talk more about books. Okay, I helped Linda Sweet with the cover of this book. We created the cover, Raising Self-Reliant Children, Powering Today's Youth to Become Tomorrow's Leaders. Beautiful book, beautiful book. Linda also sent me an email with a picture saying, she's a racer, she races sailboats, saying that you need binoculars to see the competition behind me. I'm so far ahead. And there's 7 boats there. And I thought, you know what? You spent a long time writing that book, but this is pretty inspiring. Look at this. You could do a quick ebook saying you need binoculars to see the competition, tactics for raising a winner, parenting guide, Captain Linda Ann Sweet. It's a fun ebook that you can send to the media that they will pick up, whereby this is for one, but you could do an email book really quickly. Probably as quickly as you can write 10 emails, you can have 10 chapters and send it to the media and get media attention. You wouldn't create a book like this using this, but this is what's called a viral book. And the media will say, oh, you're kidding. Linda, I want to talk to you about your tactics for raising a winner parenting guide. What do you mean? Your child will be so far ahead that you're going to need binoculars to see the next child in line. So it's just strategies. Think of, unique strategies, sayings, and then just create ebooks. Now, could Linda do this? Could she do the same chicken soup thing by inviting sailors, parents, teachers to give tactics for raising a winner? Of course she could. Could she do this with her beautiful book? Could she ask parents and teachers to give strategies for raising self-reliant children? Of course she could. She doesn't have to write this book. It took her almost a year to write this book. It took her 10 years to get ready to write this book. Now, as you said, there's lots of tools in your toolbox, and a reporter's hat is a really, 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 really good one. Okay, you can become a reporter with today's news media and interview anyone you can, anyone you want, because if I was wanting to interview somebody, I could either go up to them as Lee Romanov, president of IncomeActivator.com, which might not be anything that they would consider to be wanting to be interviewed by, or I could go to them as Lee Romanov, a reporter for today's news media, and get their attention. So add this tool to your toolbox. And I'll give you another example. I keep on telling everybody to put YouTube's viral videos on your website. And Elizabeth did. She emailed me and said she put up this guy's video and she got 2,500 views. Now, if I was Elizabeth, I would call up this guy as part of today's news media and interview him. She might get 25,000 views. So the We Empower You program, you can be, Bettina helps you with your coaching skills, your speaking skills, your author skills. She's a sales expert. With a media personality, you get a free TV show spotlight. I highly recommend that you be a reporter for today's news media. The reporter obligations are nothing. You just get the title and you can use it as you wish. Now, if anybody here wants to follow this strategy that I talked about and what to do, I just created actually today when I was doing this presentation via Compliments of Yoli. I'm doing a book called Foot in the Door Leaders. If anybody wants to be featured in this book, basically, you know how you get doors closed on you all the time, but we as successful entrepreneurs always have our foot in the door to get our message across. And I'm going to be featuring Foot in the Door Leaders. Bettina would be a good one. Now you're going to be featured in the book, presented on Income Activator's directory. So you'll understand what a directory does and how to get the correct content with it and how to send leads to businesses, because you will be one of those. So just follow in my footsteps on how to do this. And then you'll participate in the free weekly marketing strategies where I would create a video on the directory where you would send it out to your email list. So you see that process working so that you can do this yourself. Now, if anyone wants to follow through on this program, there's a one-time cost of $100. First 10 leads are for free, but I have to tell you that you have to be a match with my directory. It's just always a better thing to be able to do. Now, one thing I can make sure of, it doesn't matter how small you think your program is or your connection is. This will teach you how to shout from the mountaintop.
Very cute.
All right.
There we go. So we can do the stop sharing thing. I think I've got my stop share. I think it's, if I stop sharing. No,
Yes,
Still sharing.
yeah.
I'm still sharing.
Fine. Wrong.
No, you're good.
You're fine
Okay.
now.
I'm fine now. Who knew? You can be, you can have a tech company and not know anything about tech, by the way. So are we all good for everything? Hello, is everybody?
Yes, I guess we see you.
You see me?
Everything is good on my end.
We see you on the screen as the host, the big host, the big screen.
There you go.
Okay,
Now we're all back to the gallery mode.
okay.
So Lee, that was a wonderful presentation. And of course, it was inspired by working on Yoli's Income Activator We Empower You account. You know, what do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention. And so Lee is always inventing new ways for us to bring in new revenue streams. And so this is a new revenue stream for you to consider adding to your We Empower You website. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and open up the mics and see if there are any questions for Lee before she heads out. And, you know, I also want to welcome some folks that I had met during the summit, including Tony. So I believe Rebecca is going to have the first question, and then we'll just take
Okay, I
turns.
wrote it in the chat, but I'll go ahead and ask.
I went ahead and put a link in there for you too.
Oh, good. Thank you. I wanted to find out, I've seen your, some of the little cute little videos that you picked up, but I want to find out if I put on my website,
Mhm.
do I have to ask permission? Is it a copywritten? Is everything copywritten that's in YouTube, or is it just free for the world? And where can I find that information?
Let me jump in real quick, because this is a question that gets asked a lot. And in fact, as long as you're in the fair use department, you do not need to get permission. And YouTube is not who gives you permission. Everything that people make is in fact copyrighted. The way that Lee is recommending the use of videos falls in the fair use arena. And I did put a link to a short video that explains what is considered fair use.
May I
In
also,
doubt, you can also ask permission.
well, may I also show you something, Bettina?
Yeah.
Let me just share my screen quickly again, okay? Let's see, let's go. Are you there? Okay, can you see my screen?
We'll see your screen. Now we are.
Okay, so let's just go to YouTube, and let's go to, let's just say funny dogs, okay? Hopefully. Okay, let's just get to, okay, there we go.
Brenda.
Okay, so Brenda, so funny dogs. Do you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so share. They can allow you to share the video or not, whoever puts it up. So all you do is share, embed, copy this code, and go to your website. Okay, let me just go Income Activator. Let me just go in here. And then if I just put that, click in the editor section, YouTube. There you go. It's that easy. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. But everybody that puts up a YouTube video, you put YouTube videos up to promote your businesses. And you can enable the share or you can disable the share. If you enable the share, you allow people to share it. If you disable it, that means that you don't allow the people to share it. But the person that has a video has that decision to makes that decision. Okay. That kind of answered your question, didn't it? I worked really hard for that answer.
It's a very good answer and easy to follow. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question, Rebecca, and answers too. Tony is needing to leave the station, so to speak, but if he does come back, hopefully he'll be able to jump back in. Yoli, you've got yourself unmuted. What is your comment or question?
Yeah, well, my comment is, as I told Dee, she's a genius. I love what she did with my donkey story. It is true. It is true. Going on a donkey with 3 more of my siblings going to school, I would have preferred a nice car with daddy driving us, but it wasn't so. So as a result, you know, we all go through adversity in life, and that was my adversity. That will be somebody else's university, as our book course says, you know. And I want to inspire, I want to inspire people to go through the donkey, whether it'll be a Tesla or a big mansion or beautiful pearls on your finger, whatever it is that inspires you, sending your kids to college, whatever is your Tesla. And I love it. And she did something else on my book that she also said, Yoli's Tesla, Yoli is now selling those homes and helping you put the Tesla in the garage of those homes, you know, like also an advertisement for my business. And coming from riding on an ass, excuse me, donkey. now I'm selling multi-million-dollar homes that I feel very proud of it, and I'm always an inspiration to others because I think positive, and I like to see everything at the end of the day that it's gonna be with a big light and rainbow instead of staying on the dark.
Okay, the other thing you can do, Yoli, and this is going to be really interesting, is that when you're talking to people about the homes and everything, and you're meeting them and everything, and just as a follow-up, just say, hey, you know, I just wrote a book called The Inspirational Donkey. Would you like me to send you one? And then maybe invite them to participate, have them give you their inspirational donkey story. Okay,
That's
so
awesome.
now they're part of your book. Now they've got a loyalty to you and a connection that they are never going to forget.
I love it. And how are we going to connect that book? It's going to be by itself. It's not going to be connected to my website, right?
You can do it anyway. You can be by yourself. It can be connected to your website, whatever you choose. We can make it happen. You can just even keep it in your email like I do with my book. I got in my email, I've got get rich by telling people where to go, so that everybody I email gets my book.
And I really love what you did with that, put your best foot, you put something about the food, but I always tell my clients, in order to today's market to get this house, you gotta put your best foot forward. I love that, so I can give them that and do a vision, because I'm visual. So if I give them that vision, as I'm telling them, put your best foot forward.
Yeah. I mean, it's all there to take.
Yeah, you're a genius. You have a lot of good imagination, and the thing is, put it to work, bring it to fruition, because you know, just thinking and not doing is nothing. So
Thank you.
I'm inspired by your by your the gene in you, genius.
Yeah. But the important thing is that I'm not telling you anything that I haven't done that hasn't produced revenue for me.
Thank you for doing that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Ellie. And Mary, you haven't unmuted, but perhaps we can hear from you. And any questions, comments?
Well, I'm utterly overwhelmed by Lee's presentation. I'm kind of like, oh my God, I need a 3-hour seminar. But, there were so many concepts that I had not ever considered.
Yeah, because you work too hard, Mary. I'm telling you
Absolutely.
stuff that you don't have to work at. But here's the really interesting thing. A lot of people aren't going to tell you how to do this because there's no money in it for them. Okay, there's no money in it for them. So these self-proclaimed gurus won't tell you how to make money from other people's content. So watch this video again and again and start creating that thought process. And I'll give you a perfect example of this because it's when you get it, you can apply it to everything. And every multi-million-dollar company already applies it. Let's say I wanted to create the largest taxi company in the world. I would say, Mary, give me your car. And then I would send you back leads. That's Uber. I want to create the largest hotel. I want to beat Trump. I want to create the largest hotel in the world. Mary, give me your room and I'll send you back a lead. That's Airbnb.
So when you say that, like Pinterest pays for leads, I don't get that. I don't understand.
Pinterest doesn't pay for lead. It says, Mary, give me, what do you do, Mary?
Software development.
Okay, so you would say you would give to Pinterest a piece of software, okay, whatever that happened to look like. Pinterest would say, nice software. Do you want me to send you leads? Nice picture of a software program.
Yeah.
Do you want me to send you a lead?
And
what does your software do?
oh, well, we don't even want to go there.
Just one example.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So anyway, if you had some visual that could go with a software and it was on Pinterest, what you're saying is people that click on that then become a lead?
Yeah, pay Pinterest, because if you give Pinterest a picture of a nice software program or whatever, and you would only give it to them so that you would get a lead. You're not giving them the picture for, because you're like really a nice person. You probably are, but you're not giving them a picture for nothing. You're giving them a picture so that somebody sees it, clicks on it, and you get the lead. Now you may pay Pinterest 4 cents for that.
Okay, so they come to my website or?
So what would happen if you gave Pinterest a picture of your software?
Yeah.
Right? And somebody saw it and clicked on it, that link would go from Pinterest to your website.
Oh, interesting.
Woo. Yeah. So that many people promote their dresses that they sell, hairbands, dogs that they want to sell, anything, but they put really cute pictures, attractive pictures. People click on it, and then they start getting business from people that are interested in that product or service.
Okay, so somebody that clicks on that comes to my website, may or may not purchase, but they become a lead because they just landed on my website.
That's correct.
Got it. Okay.
Got it. Nailed it.
Oops, and you can go on to pay Pinterest or YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn. In addition, you pay them to get you more leads. So all that Lee is saying is that it's turning your business on its head and saying you can be just like Facebook, you can be just like Pinterest, you can be just like LinkedIn. Do exactly what they're doing, which is get paid for leads, where you get paid for leads.
For instance, Mary, and Bettina's exactly right. Let's say you have this website that has software, but also a lot of people that want to buy your software need things like copywriters and coaches and webmasters. So you could have a directory of all the things that relate to your business that you don't do and never would want to do. But you can just say, hey, go to my directory if you want a copywriter, or, you know, business advice like what Rebecca offers. So you can create your own, everybody is their own walking, talking directory, but when you put it online, you can get paid for it.
Okay. I have to rewatch this. Is this recorded?
Yes,
Yeah,
I put the link in the chat there so that you could
Thank
get it.
you.
That's okay.
It's
Yeah,
literally so unusual that what Lee is saying, that it takes a moment. You kind of got to hit your head a little bit and turn your head upside down, because it's not what you expect to know. And it's like, how come I haven't been getting paid for leads? I've been giving leads the whole of my life pretty much. And all that Lee is saying is just put this software, this income activator software, into operation, and you will find yourself getting paid for leads. And we have some of our members and some of our affiliates that are actively paying for leads, and also actively paying for affiliates too, which is a whole nother level. That's more of a commission structure. So, you know, the platform, given you're in the software development, the software that Lee developed and had developed and paid to have developed, that is built into the We Empower You membership. And we pay for leads to our summits, and we pay commission for our memberships. So anyone who brings us business, we pay $800 for a member. And anyone, whether they're a member or not, we pay $800 for at the time and of the membership, and also at the time of renewal each and every year thereafter upon renewal. So Yoli is about to renew, and she was brought in by Dr. Betty. Dr. Betty was paid last year and the year before when Yoli became a member. And it just will continue. Dr. Betty will continue to generate revenue because Yoli's going to continue to be a member for year after year. And Dr. Betty, in fact, is not a member because she works in a very high level position now elsewhere. So she's not able to run a business as such and be a part of our membership, but she's still nevertheless making money every year.
Yeah. So it's a high dive. Absolutely. But once you get it, you won't be able to think any other way.
So, well, I'm going to work on getting it.
Yes.
That's
And
fine.
the other thing too that it sets up, Mary, and this is the part that's the real winner of a deal. We've got two experts. Well, Rita was on the other call, and Mia, and it's all about multiple streams of income. So when you have a new stream of income coming in from generating leads for another company, and or you're getting paid commission by welcoming in new members to the We Empower You community, for example, it generates money that you don't have to service. You don't have to work it. You don't have to deliver the service. You don't have to buy the product, sell the product, develop the product, or anything. Those two are generating income for you. Whenever you have multiple streams of income, it's the one way we know for certain that you can generate wealth. Now, some people generate wealth by investing. Some people generate wealth because someone gave them the silver spoon in their mouth. And some people just get really, really lucky selling their time. And there's, generally just X amount of days in the day, and hours rather in the day, that can get sold off. At the end of the day, if you want to shatter the revenue glass ceiling, it's going to happen through multiple streams of income. That being said, Lee's software that's built in, being a software person yourself, has 10 revenue streams. However, I would consider the revenue stream of this book an 11th, and the news media, I would consider that a 12th. But software wise, she's got 10 solid revenues generating mechanisms operating behind the scenes.
So where is that? Is that like on your website, or is that on incomeactivator.com, or?
Yeah, what I would do, Mary, is I would go to incomeactivator.com and
Okay.
scroll down and watch a few of the videos.
Ah,
And they're like, watch what big money companies do that you don't. It's a 2-minute video that will really, it'll give you an aha moment.
okay.
Or a Tesla moment, whatever you want to call it.
And
Tesla is more innovative.
Yeah.
Tesla, yeah, aha is
It
so
was-
old.
with We Empower You, we came together with Lee to offer her software as part of our package, which
Oh,
incorporates everything.
that's what you meant.
In
Okay.
addition, many other benefits, because the package has more to it. And Lee, maybe you can go through it a little bit before you jump off.
Mary, this is so fun. I mean, this We Empower You membership is so perfect, because if people understand that you can generate revenue from your traffic where you don't have to do anything, like in my case, I sent leads to insurance companies, but you can send leads to anybody. So you're basically promoting your website where you're creating lead revenue and you're not doing anything. So it's just like creating liquid money. So you've got that system running, okay? And then you say, okay, well, how do I promote it? I can promote it all kinds of different ways. I can promote it by just myself, or the membership has a TV show, a 5-minute TV show spotlight on Amazon and Roku and Google Play, an audience of a potentially 50 million. Okay, so you got the website that generates income. Then you got the TV show that you can drive traffic to your website. But then you have to promote the TV show. So it comes with a sponsorship package with about 300 sponsors that give money to people that they align with. So now your sponsor is promoting your TV show, which promotes your website. It's a really nice trio. And of course, we've got the media list that, you can send, your Inspirational Donkey book to, turn your donkey into a Tesla. And, so there's all kinds of strategies, but the main one is the website, the TV show, and the sponsorship package that work in conjunction. The sponsors pay you money to promote your TV show, that promotes your website, that generates revenue. You get those 3 things going. It's really, and I guess the pièce de résistance is if you can create lead revenue that actually renews year in and year out, and using Bettina's We Empower You membership program. I mean, 100 people using her We Empower You, you sell 100 people through her membership, that's $80,000 a year. 100 people, if that's all you have to do, target that, get you that nice base every year, you can sell 100, you can sell 200. And that's what every member is focused on, adding their package within her membership that renews, and suddenly you're creating an annual income from maybe promoting for a year, maybe promoting for 2 years. But if you get it, you got it.
Yes.
Yoli,
And then
real estate, she could include a real estate idea for buyers and sellers within the We Empower You membership. You can include your software within the We Empower You membership. Your software may be a one-time purchase, but the membership will renew year in and year out for you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, and we've made it just so entirely easy because we have this program now called Just Say Yes. If your heart says yes to this community, yes to the revenue streams, yes to the platform of We Empower You, we make it really easy because you can sign up by simply saying yes and taking between 30 to 60 to 90 days to bring in 2 new members that pay for their membership. That essentially pays for your membership. So you have no cash outlay. And then Lee has gone ahead and given each of the Just Say Yes opportunities, the folks that jump into this opportunity, the ability to pick amongst 14 different templates that they can use to jump in. So there's no really thinking about it. Vibrant life, membership revenue, something along creating an income. So you would pick one of these templates that feels like you and is more into what you're doing. And then in 2 minutes or less, you're actually going ahead and starting the Just Say Yes program. And within 2 business days, Lee will have your business website sent to you. So it's pretty incredible opportunity to
Oh
just
my
say
gosh.
yes.
That just clicked from last week because I kept trying to figure out what the You Say Yes program was.
Yes.
Just Say Yes program, I know.
Okay, so that's,
Yeah.
so that Lee is the instigator behind the website thing that you guys talked about.
The revenue.
She's
the
the
platform.
instigator. She's the guilty party.
I'm the gangster. I'm the instigator
Oh
gangster.
my God, this is so much fun. I can't believe it.
Yes.
Mary, you're
Together-
not a member yet, Mary?
Well, I'm this is my second time. I've been trying to meet successful women. I live in a community, guys. I'm 77 years old. I live in a community where everybody's 80.
You're the young chick, yeah.
So I mean, and I was sitting here thinking, who the heck would want to join this? And then it dawned on me, oh, I do have some friends in Seattle. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, God, you have to start thinking,
Yes.
start
Mary,
engaging.
Mary, when you say yes, you're gonna continue to be younger because all of us inspire each other. See,
Exactly.
I really get a lot of this woman because I've been telling my story when I first joined, and as I told my story, they come and give me their feedback, and then you kind of make it even better and better every time we're saying the story. By the time I am in front of a TV audience or whatever, I know more or less not to mess up as I'm speaking my story. But this is just one of the many things that We Empower You does. I had the pleasure of meeting Bettina in person and we had a blast. She's awesome. Chiquita pero picosa. What does that mean? She's a little one, but it's a chili pepper.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just say yes, baby. Yes.
Yeah.
Say yes.
Well, and I'm depending on you guys to keep me young. So
Wait,
there you go.
yes, of course.
There you go. Mia Tepper actually, and Rita Bacuzzi, Susie, and I'm trying to think who else participated this week. I'm doing the Be on TV 5-minute spotlight training, which is a 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can jump in anytime to do your 5-minute spotlight video. Mia, are you able to unmute and put your screen on? You did a
Yes,
fabulous
I was
job
getting a
at
glass of
really
water, so
representing your story.
absolutely. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what this
Absolutely.
experience of getting your story down has been like.
Well, it's incredible because the more you flesh out your story, the more it becomes clear to you what your mission is. And the exciting thing is that when you get feedback from Bettina and whomever else is on the line, and everybody in this group, is a successful professional, even if they're not right at the moment, maybe they're retired or looking for their second or third career. Everyone has an opinion, and it's just the nicest group. And I've always told Bettina that what she's created here, what she and Lee have created, is the intersection of altruism and business, because they really do lift other women up, and they don't just say it, they really do it. So it's an incredible group I've had the privilege of being a member of. This is my second year in. I have not taken advantage enough of the benefits. I need to get my website going from Lee and my spotlight, but that's what we've been working on this week. And it's powerful. And it really helps you if you're trying to figure out what your next thing is. It really does help you to hone in and figure out exactly what you want to be doing.
Yeah.
Thank you
And Mary,
so
I'll
much.
just chime in for a quick second. You know, I've seen so many people grab WordPress websites, GoDaddy websites, Wix, you know, and I've seen them be bled dry, okay, by the add-ons. Oh, you're going to need an online store, or you're going to need this, you're going to need this, you're going to need Infusionsoft or Confusionsoft, and all this stuff. And then people are keeping, they're buying and buying and going down dead hole strategies, never doing even one strategy that the multi-million-dollar companies do, because they're not even given the software. The software isn't even given to you that YouTube and Angie's List and Google offer, like use constantly. It's been kept from you. We've opened this up. So for $15.99 for an entrepreneur to get an all-inclusive website, weekly support with, accessing Bettina's knowledge, the TV show, the media package, the sponsorship package, for $15.99, it's really a good all-inclusive package for any entrepreneur to launch with, because the Income Activator, you get everything. Oh, if they want to start an online store, it's included. They want to start a membership program, it's included. They want to send leads to businesses that pay them, it's included. So everything's included. None of this pick to your just a skeleton.
Love it. Love it. I'm seeing that Gibson out of Uganda is joined us here. It's probably midnight or beyond there. Gibson, are you able to unmute? Oh, there you go. Hi there, Gibson. Welcome. We're not hearing you yet. It looks like you're unmuted, but we're not able to hear you. Maybe turn on your camera and wave.
Anyway, Bettina, I'm going to run unless there's any other questions. And let me just say one more thing before I go. Yoli, when I talked to Yoli yesterday, it was yesterday, right?
Yes.
That was the launch and now the development of the book. One day we have a book in our hands, inviting people to participate. One day. And next week, Yoli, you should be on the radio with it. What a great story. Let me talk to you about my inspirational donkey.
I already have somebody that wants to be in there. So I'll talk to you on the side later and see how we go about that.
Okay. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here. Gibson, is that you?
Oh, I was just, this is Jean. I was just gonna say hi to Mrs. Lee.
Hi.
Okay.
You know, I'm a long-time client, so I admire Mrs. Lee. Yes, it's me. Oh.
Yeah, you're in tech too, right, Jean? Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, long time client, first time caller.
Yeah, I wanna thank you. Before you leave, I've been a client for what, 5-6 years now?
Yeah.
And you have taught me so much, and I always talk about you, and it's like I don't know, I never met you, never met me. I'm so grateful. I still hold my website. I still try to look for new things and to improve, and today I can publish a mobile app. It's just because of you. I understand what leads mean. I understand how to make people bring me what they have. You know, I built this mobile app. You give a great example of Uber and Airbnb. I just sent a voice to WhatsApp to a lot of friends, take the same two examples. And I looking at the third world country, they have a lot of businesses, small businesses, boutique. So I said, why don't I make them, all of them become a money transfer or a food transfer, like those cam transfer, a lot of business that do money and food transfer business around the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the hub. If you think about it, you're the hub. Airbnb is the hub. Uber is the hub. Jack Canfield is the
yes.
hub of all his chicken soup. If you think of yourself as a hub, getting in the content and sending back the leads, you've got it.
Yep, I get that. But thank you. I want to thank you. I didn't want you to leave. So now thank you.
Thanks for jumping in. Did you say it
Yeah.
was Jean?
Yeah,
Jean or-
that's Jean.
Oh, great to see you again. I know you've been here in the past.
Yes, I was. And anytime I get the invitation, I will always come.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, it's every Wednesday, Jean, and Bettina, you should connect with Bettina because you're a go-getter.
Well, yeah, I want to because I get a lot of people trying to write books, and
Yeah.
and I see the what they want to go. I'm like, man, there's a better way to looking at your book than just a book.
Yes.
So I will definitely connect them with you.
Show them this video of, getting content from people and then having your book, just like the Jack Canfield model.
I
Yeah,
want your
definitely.
story. I want your story so I can put it in my donkey book. Did you see the donkey book story?
Let's make sure, Yoli, that you
Yes.
put your information in the
Because
chat. Before you go, Lee,
I did.
Emma, who's new to our
Yeah.
chat here, has unmuted. Do you have tell us a little bit about yourself, Emma? There you go.
Bettina, can you hear me? This is Gibson.
Oh, and there's Gibson out of Uganda. Hi.
Yes. Hi, how are you doing? It's very nice being back here again.
Hi, Gibson.
I'm so glad that you made it.
Yeah.
Gibson and I are doing some great work to support some families in Africa. And I'll tell you a little bit more. I know Lee's got to go, but Emma, before you go, before Lee goes, do you have a question for Lee?
Excuse me?
Do you have a question for Lee?
No, actually, I'm just a guest. I'm listening for the first time.
Okay.
She's my sister.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
that's the connection.
Yes, she invited me to be a guest listener here.
Yeah.
And it is very interesting. I admire my sister. She has gone a long ways. But I'm one of her older sisters.
Okay. Well, this younger sister is going to teach you a thing or two that you may not have ever done before.
Yes.
Well, definitely, whoever came here late, listen to the first part of this video, because it is dynamite, what you can do, how you can create a book without even having to write it and become wealthy like Jack Canfield, who is not an author. Okay. Okay, guys, see you. Bettina, are you able to get everybody's email and then send them out the video? And I will create the thumbnail for you.
Yes, I'll need Emma's, and I believe Mary's, and Jean. I'll need Jean, and I have Tony and Gibson.
Okay, great, guys. See ya.
Good night.
Bye.
Great day.
All right, let's hear a little bit more from Gibson. I know that, what time is it there, Gibson?
It's now 2 a.m., 2:10.
2 a.m. Oh my gosh. That's commitment. That's commitment, folks. Thank you for waking up or not going to sleep so that you could be a part of this meeting. I'll be sure to get you the recording. I did pop it in the chat, but I think I did it before you arrived. So let me do that once more. All right, so now we are at the transition of our time frame, and this is normally when Master Nigel Henry would be joining us, and I don't see him checked in. So I'm going to have you all chit chat for just a minute. Maybe Mia, you can run this part while I go check on Master Nigel Henry.
My pleasure.
Hear a little bit
Well,
more
it's-
from Gibson too.
Yeah, it's so great to see everyone on here. And I love the global community that Bettina has created. And it's so inspiring because, everyone can have abundance in their life. And just like joy, there's no limit to those things, right? But it's only our own limitations that we place on ourselves that prevent us from thinking we can have abundance and joy in our lives. So once you flip that around, once you rewrite that script in your head, you can definitely have it too. And if you need a few tools in your toolbox to help you, then being part of the We Empower You membership definitely is going to, fast start that for you. And with Lee's website and all the links that she provides, teaching you how to create a passive income. So this is just a wonderful membership. And Gibson, why don't you say more, since you're up so late at 2 a.m? That's so beautiful that you're with us.
Yeah, sure. Try. It's always nice being a part of We Empower You. There are so many things I learned from this platform, and get to. It's a broad community, and especially meeting new people with new ideas, new concepts. It's quite different here in Africa, but we are all we're all on the same track. Yeah, so it empowers us in so many other ways. Yeah, I love it here.
Yeah, when I was in business school, I went to South Africa and I learned a lot about the microeconomies that were going on there. And there was a woman who didn't have a bank account, but on her phone, and this is back about 11 years ago. So this is before we had phones that had dual SIM cards. But in South Africa, in this sense, they were way ahead of us. And they had 2 SIM cards in their phone. And one was for a banking and, doing all those kind of business transactions. And the other one was for using their phone. And I was amazed that, in some ways in South Africa, you might say that they were behind us, but in other ways they were ahead of us. And this woman was able to get loans from banks just because of her phone records showing all the business that had transpired through her phone. The bank was able to give her a loan, and then she could start, she had a storefront, and then she was selling electricity from this storefront and creating opportunities for people in the small townships to at least have a couple of hours of electricity per night. So it was really incredible experience just to think how, really, I think we get in our own ways. And in America, we have so many opportunities, but I think we're just so hampered by the corporate dream or by thoughts of education or whatever's holding you back. And you look at this example of South Africa and these microeconomies. So I would love to learn more about what Bettina's doing to help, communities there. And I love that. That's just beautiful that you're helping other communities.
Yes, it started with one young lady that I was introduced to. And then now we have, a gal who is just now getting her books paid for to be in school for a year. Another gal who wants to start a business. She does hair products. So, one by one, we're identifying these folks that could use a little helping hand.
Yeah. And Bettina, we, on behalf of We Empower, on behalf of Ugandans, we want to thank you for really the good work that you're doing right here. You might not be giving much, but it does a lot. In Africa, it means a lot. You're empowering a young girl that would be a leader and support many other in the community. Yeah, and I personally, being in on the limelight of empowering leaders, when I get people like Bettina who are on the front line saying we need to see more leaders rise up in Africa and be able to take their positions and support other young girls and young people out there, it's really incredible. Yeah, so we are really so grateful of what you're doing right here.
Wow. Well, thank you actually for bringing us to into your life and exploring with us what opportunities we might be able to collaborate on. So anyway, well, it looks like Master Nigel Henry's been detained in a commute in Florida. So in the interest of just conserving our energy, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up our night tonight to say a great big thank you for all of you who've entrusted me with your life as We Empower You global members. And remember that every third week of the month, I help you with being on TV, with producing your 5-minute spotlight. Not everybody needs a 5-minute spotlight. At 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, the third week of each month, I get on the calendar link that is on our website that is for this topic of being on TV. So go to WeEmpowerYourLife.com, click on the calendar link and join our We Empower You Be on TV this week, 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. for 1 hour each. And or join us every Wednesday that we don't have a summit, that is. Every Wednesday, WeEmpowerYourLife.com, click on the calendar tab to join this meeting. And by the way, I'm already planning out the details of our June 8th, which will be my birthday, We Empower You Global Summit. And we're going to be welcoming this to a live stage this time around. First time in the 2 years we've been producing. And I'm excited to know that Mia is going to be joining us from LA. Who knows, maybe Yoli will be able to come, and Emma and me.
Thank you.
Mary, and we'd love to welcome you to a live environment. It's going to be hybrid, so you'll have some virtual experience. If you haven't joined us for the We Empower You Global Virtual Summit, you're going to want to do so. Remember, coaching is a noble profession, and many, many coaches are finding it difficult to connect with those that they could be helping. We Empower You is helping folks who are the folks that have the wings to put people underneath them so that they can coach the many, many people that are out there that need their help right now. So if this environment, if this video has inspired you, just give us a call. Go to WeEmpowerYourLife.com. Check us out. We'd love to have you back here on the Wednesday meeting. Bye for now, everybody. Take care. Remember, we empower you. Together, we will go far. Bye for
That's
now.
right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.